We're going to be doing a pretty big upgrade to the Honda Pioneer 1000. Auxito was kind enough to send me their Explorer 1 3.5-inch ditch lights. This is a brand I've worked with quite a bit in the past on the Ridgeline, previous Tacomas, and today we're going to be giving this thing a lighting upgrade to make it nicer on the trails. I'm going to go through, show you how I'm doing the wiring, how I'm taking these side panels off, everything of that nature, so you know how to do this yourself. You got to remove some of the plastics. First, of course, is going to be the hood. Pop that off. And then we're going to need to take off the fender flares on each side to get good access underneath these plastics so we can run our wiring. This fender flare has several of these plastic clips that hold it in. I took pictures of all of them. I'm going to mark them to make it easier, but we got to remove all of these in order to get this portion off, make it easier to grab everything. But Harbor Freight pliers, this is what I've used on several vehicles. Super cheap, but man, are they a handy tool to have when you need them for these little plastic clips. If you haven't done so already, you will have to remove the door, but I've already done this throughout the summer, so no need. Just pop it over those screws. And now we have great access in here to get our wiring through. We're just going to do the same exact thing to this side as well. Same steps. People mount their lights right here at this joint. We're going to be doing the same. So right here, this is where the bracket's going to go in. We're going to undo these bolts, slide this piece in, and then our ditch light will go into that slot. Now to do this, you're going to need a 19mm and 17mm socket. Put the 19mm back there, and then we'll just loosen each one of these up. We'll have to adjust this bracket a little bit. As you can see, when you slide it into place, that slot on the bracket is a little too tall. So what we'll do is we'll drill that portion out right there going through, and that'll give us a great fit. Perfect. So that's all we did, just a small adjustment to that bracket, not a big deal. We're going to go ahead and slide that back into place. Throw our bolts in. In order to run our wiring from the light, we're going to remove 3 more push pins as well as a 5mm head in order to have better access underneath this panel. My Pioneer has a 2-part windshield, so I went ahead and threw this back on nice and loose so I could test fit everything as well as get my wires ran through. Depending on your windshield, it will change your insulation just a little bit, but the majority of the steps will remain the same. Well, finally, we're ready to add the lights to it. These are the DRLs right in the middle. These are going to have ambers with bright white lights. This is also IP68, so that's going to be pretty much dust resistant and heavy water resistance. We're not submerging these by any means, but heavy fins on the back to dissipate all that heat. Nice connector, everything looks solid there, and it's a Deutsch connector. These DTs are very solid builds whenever you need to do anything water resistance. Also have a nice rubber pad on the bottom to help with vibration control. Regardless, I'm really excited to get this thing on. 14mm wrench, but we just want to make sure that anti-vibration plate is good. Stick that on. We'll start putting all the hardware on and tighten it up once we get it where we want it. See that pad squeezing out just a little bit, and that's going to be plenty tight. We're going to lift up this windshield a little bit, take this, run it directly behind the bracket for most protection, run through the back of the hood, and we're going to come down with it, Right back here, there will be a slot, and it's perfect. And we'll connect to it right here. And now that wiring's in place. Now this kit is really designed for trucks, so we have plenty of wire here to work with on this side-by-side. But for our relays, we need to find a place to mount them close to the battery, since that's where these connectors are, and they're the shortest. So right here in the corner of the side-by-side, I'll give you all a better look. We're going to mount that. That way we have plenty of room for positive and negative, and then we can route the rest of our cabling. Plenty of room underneath this plastic shroud to mark everything. So we're going to go ahead and pretty high up on here, we're going to mark where we're going to drill our pilot holes to put these bolts. We'll be using a 1/4-inch bit for these, just a hair over what we need for those 10mm bolt sizes. There's our 2 bolts right there. That relay is nice and secure. For better access, we're going to remove this 5mm bolt in the corner, as well as one more push pin connector. Prep your mounting surface with some isopropyl alcohol to clean any contaminants and allow it to dry for about 2 to 3 minutes. Your light controller, gently move this plastic out of the way and fish through that wire. There's plenty of open space that we're going to be able to run this across the frame up to our controller. Now, we just want to take this excess slack and pull it the rest of the way through. The adhesive backing. Now we're going to press firmly into the place where we want it. Right there for me. Replace your 5mm bolt as well as your push pin. Remote wire and feed it through the back of the machine towards the battery. Reaching back, grab that controller wire, feed it through, and leave yourself a little bit of slack. And now we can connect it right here at the relay and tidy our wiring. Take one of your Deutsch connectors and go ahead and run it along the frame towards your outside light. Take the other Deutsch connector and run it to the other side. We use this XX wire and we'll secure it to the frame along with everything else. On both sides, go ahead and take your Deutsch connectors and plug them in. 2 separate switches, one for the DRLs. And those are bright. That looks great. So you can turn these off independently, and that's why you don't have to tap into another wire, because this controller has both the DRLs and you're about to see your ditch lights. These things are already super bright in the garage. I can't wait to get them out. And we turn these ditch lights off, immediately switches back over to the DRLs, and you can turn those off independently. In terms of wire cleanup, it's going to be as simple as adhering to this frame right here, putting them all together in somewhere where they won't get in contact with anything else. Nice and high up in the chassis so you don't have to worry about water damage either. Now the way I did this is my power, I have it coming down on the positive to the relay, and then finally I have an adhesive stick mount, and I just ran the wire through that going back to the relay itself. The controller, once again, used one of those adhesive mounts right there in the corner. This cable is just long enough, so that's a nice high point, since that's the area that would get water most likely and corrode, since this is not water sealed. The lights, I got one set connector right here, just wrapped them up, put it towards the frame, and then over here, same thing, with the wires neatly tucked away as much as possible to get from hanging into any limbs. All I gotta do is put the plastic trim pieces back on, and then when it gets a little bit darker out, we're gonna see just how well these lights perform. These things are perfect. 3.5 inches. I mean, they fit in the size of my hand and they put out a crazy amount of light. Perfect for the side-by-side, or if you do hunting, camping, even full-size or mid-size pickups. This is something to really consider. Great ditch lights and even backup headlights if these ever failed on me for whatever reason. You can use my code BuckCreekTV to get 15% off a set for yourself. Once again, big thank you to Auxito for sending these things out. Let me try them, and I can show you just how easy they are to mount and how well they perform.